What's the one question that can make even the most confident person's mind just go totally blank? Tell me about yourself. Well, in this explainer, we're going to master it so you are never, ever caught off guard again. It's just 4 simple words, right? But oh, the pressure can feel huge. From a first day icebreaker to a big job interview, this one question seems to follow us everywhere. And you know what? How you answer it really matters. And if you've ever had that moment of panic, that complete mental freeze, you are definitely not alone. The brain just starts spinning, right? Where do I start? Do they want my whole life story? What's the right answer here? But here's the secret. There isn't one single perfect answer. The real trick is to stop seeing it as this one giant, scary question. Instead, we're just going to break it down into nice, simple, easy-to-manage pieces. And we're going to do it with a really simple 3-step plan. First, we'll get the foundation right with the basic facts. Then, we'll sprinkle in your unique personality to make it interesting. And finally, we'll learn how to pull all those pieces together to craft a great introduction, no matter the situation. All right, let's dive into step 1, the basic building blocks. Think of these as the absolute must-haves, the core facts that give anyone a quick snapshot of who you are. First up, the absolute essentials, your name and where you're from. Just like Paul and Emily here, a simple "my name is" and "I'm from" is the perfect direct way to start. No need to overthink it. Next, you can mention where you live now. And even a small detail here can paint a bigger picture. Paul's in a small town, Emily's in a big city. And boom, right away, we have a little something to talk about. You could also share your age, but hey, this one is completely optional. Only mention it if you're comfortable with it. No pressure at all. And finally, for the basics, what do you do? Are you a teacher like Paul or a student like Emily? Sharing your job or what you're studying gives immediate context. And there you go. Name, origin, where you live, and what you do. A perfect, simple foundation. Okay, so we've built the foundation, but facts are just facts, right? Now for the really fun part, adding your personality. This is where we go from just a name to an actual memorable person. And a fantastic way to do this? Talk about your pets. Seriously, mentioning you have a dog like Paul or a cat like Emily is like an instant connection point. It's a simple little detail that just makes you more relatable. Another great way to add that personality is by talking about your hobbies. The things you actually love to do just for fun. And your hobbies can say so much. Paul seems active, he's into rock music and sports. Emily is more on the creative side with painting and reading. Sharing what you love gives people a real glimpse into your world. You can also just keep it really simple by talking about your favorites, food, colors, animals, whatever. It's such a light, positive way to share a little piece of yourself. It's easy and it really works. But don't just stick to the positives. Here's a pro tip. Sharing what you don't like can be just as connecting. Paul hating olives or Emily not being a morning person. These are the small, human things that make you relatable. Plus, they can be pretty funny. Okay, so we have our basic facts and we have our personality details. Now for the final and maybe most important step, actually crafting your introduction by putting these pieces together. Now, here is the single most important rule of all. You don't use every single piece at once. An introduction is not a data dump. The real skill is picking the right details for the right situation. You have to read the room. So let's take Paul's example. He's in a new class, so the vibe is a little more formal. His intro is perfect. Name, where he's from, and a little something relevant. Learning new things. It's concise and it totally fits. But at a party, the vibe is completely different. Here, Emily jumps straight to her personality. Sharing hobbies is a fantastic way to find common ground when things are more casual and social. Because this is what it's all about. Your goal isn't to give a perfect speech. It's just to open a door. When Emily says she loves the paint, she's basically inviting someone to ask, "Oh, that's cool, what do you paint?" And that, right there, is how a real connection begins. We've broken down the what and the how, but the biggest takeaway here isn't a technique. It's actually a total shift in how you see this question in the first place. It is not a test you have to pass. It is not some scary question designed to trip you up. It is simply an invitation for you to share a little piece of who you are and to connect with another person. So the next time you hear it, what will your invitation be?